You want to start 2D animation and you don't know how to go about it. I'm Raptor Jen and I'll be showing you how you can start making 2D animations with just your phone. First of all, you need to open up your Play Store or App Store and search for Flipaclip. It's an amazing app. It lets you create animations in seconds. So yeah, all you have to do is just install it. I already got mine installed, so I just have to open it. Okay, now we're inside the app. This is the project tab. This is where all your projects will be listed. To create any project, you click on the plus sign. Give your project a name. I'm just going to give it first. Okay. Then you select a background. If you want to use preloaded backgrounds, you click on the bookmark sign. There's a lot of backgrounds for you to use. Then if you want to use a color, you can just click on the pin bucket tool. Then you select the color you want. Then you can use a picture if you want to use a picture, or you can take a direct picture from your camera. Then you select your canvas size. There's a list of sizes available, or you can customize yours. I'm just going to click on this chain sign. Then give it 1000 times 1000 pixels. Okay, cool. Then you select your frames per second. It's by default in 12 frames per second. That is 12 pages per second. I'm just going to reduce it to 6 for mine. Okay. Then you click create project. Okay, the project has been created. But before we begin, let me explain how everything works. Now this is the pen tool. Click on it. If you want to increase the size of the pen, you click on this, you drag it up to increase it, you drag it down to reduce it. I'm just going to leave it at 10 for now. Then you can select your color by clicking on this. Then you can play around with this. I'm just going to leave it at black for now. Then there are lots of shaders. If you want to select shaders, you click on this. There are lots and lots of shaders you can use. So I'm using a default one. This is how it looks. Let me use a pixel one. This is how it looks. Then let me use gradient. This is how the gradient looks. Super cool, right? Okay. Next is the eraser tool. Click on it. You can reduce and increase the size the same way we did for the pen. Then you can also increase the hardness or reduce the hardness. If this value is at 100, that means the hardness is actually 0. So if I do this, it won't be able to erase it properly. But if I reduce this to 0, that means the hardness is at 100%. So like this. So that's for the eraser tool. Okay, next is the lasso tool. Over here, you can use it to draw over any object. You can move this around like so. You can scale it like this, the way you want. You can also rotate with it like so. You can also delete when selected with it if you just click on the delete sign. But first, you can also rotate it. You can flip it vertically or horizontally, the way you want. Then you can also delete with it like so. Next is the paint bucket tool. You can use it to give color to objects. But before we do that, let me just draw something. Okay, yeah, that's good. Now over to the paint bucket. Click on it. Then you click on this color. Then you can select the color you want. Let me bring this to green. Yeah, that's good. Then you click on the object you want to color. Now you have given it a color. Looks nice. So you can also select color with this by clicking on the eyedrop tool here. So yeah, like this. You can select that color. And next is the text tool. You click on it. Now you can select the font you want by clicking on the font icon. You can select any one you want. I'm just going to go with the one I'm currently using. Then you can increase the size by dragging this like this to increase the font size. Let me just leave it at 50. Then you can also select the color you want. I'm just going to give it a red, okay, or you can pick with the eyedrop tool if you want. Then to add your text, you click on this text over here. Then you add your text. Let me say my first animation. Okay, then you click on insert. Then you have it. Your text is here. You can reduce the size by reducing this to the size you want. Don't keep it at 30. Okay, so you can also select the color, change the color if you want. Let me give it a purple. Yeah, that's it. No, let me give it black. Yes. So this for the text too. So these are the tools. Then to undo your actions, you can just click on this to undo everything you've done. Then to redo them, you can click on that other icon to redo it. There's some additional tools. If you click on the pen tool and the eraser, now if you click on these two, this pops up. This becomes active. The ruler, if you click on it, something like this appears. If you want to draw a straight line, you click on the line, then you draw. You can draw multiple lines like that. Let me undo this. If you want to draw a circle, you click on the circle, then perfect circle. Let me undo this. Then a square. Let me undo this. And let me go back to the line. If you want to modify this, if you want to move it to different places, you can click on this square here to move it. But if you want to rotate it, you click on the circle to rotate this till you're satisfied. The same thing can be done for the circle. You can use the square to move it around. Then the circles, you can use it to modify the circle to the way you want, like this. Same thing for the square. But if you want to bring it back to the default shape, you click on this shape back again. It returns to the default. Click it again. Same for the line. Okay. Now the last one is the symmetry. This one is useful for drawing things like eyes. You want to draw one eye and you need both of them to be accurate. You can just click on the symmetry. You can click on this lock sign to keep it at one place, or you can release it if you want to move it to any side you want. I'm just going to click on the lock here. If you want to draw like two eyeballs, but you want to draw just one, you can use the symmetry. It's very helpful, like this. It recreates what you've drawn on this side on the other side, so you can just draw an eyeball. Yeah, see, very helpful. Okay, now you want to use the symmetry, but in your own version, it's not available. You can also do that by using your lasso tool. I'm going to off this and go over to my lasso tool. Then you can just draw over this other one. If your symmetry is not available, you click on the copy sign. This one here, the first one, the one with dotted squares at the top. You click on this, it copies it. Then you click on the one with all the squares solid to paste it. So now you can do that same function if yours is not available. Now let's talk about layers. Adding layers to your animation makes it more realistic, and you can do that by clicking on this button at the bottom here. Then you can add your next layer by clicking on this plus button. Then you can arrange it by dragging this up or down, whichever way you want. Okay, then I'll go back to layer 1 by clicking layer 1. Yes. Then I'll put an image by clicking this 3 dots at the top. Then I'll click on add image. Takes me to my file manager. Scroll down. Okay. Then I'll scale this a little. Keep it so like this. I'll go back to my layer 2. Import another image. Then also scale this. Now you see how realistic it looks. Okay, that's it for layers. So now let's make a simple animation, and I'm going to start from scratch. So I'm going to delete this frame. I can do that by clicking on the frame here, then delete it. Okay, So now before I begin, let me turn on the onion skin. I can do that by clicking on the three dots at the top right. Then I'll turn on the onion skin. It helps to give a transparent carbon copy of what you've done on the first frame. So it's very helpful. Okay, let's start. I'll go to my pen tool. Then, okay, I'm on layer 2. I'll leave this as the background. So let's just give it a background. Let me zoom out a little. Then turn on my line tool. Then, yes, okay. This should be the floor. Yes, I think that's okay. Then, okay, that's okay. Then, let me turn this off. Just like sunshine. Yeah. Then I'll use my lasso. Spread this a little. Then, take it somewhere there. Then give it a little bit of grasses. No, it's too much. Okay, yeah. No. Okay, yeah, it's okay. Then give it color. Okay, and I'll go back to layer 1. Then this should be where our character will be. Okay, so I'll just make a simple character. Okay, so now what I'm going to do next, I'm going to go to my second layer. Then add like an obstacle over here. Yes, that's nice. Then give it a color like, okay, like a brown color. Yeah, right. I'm going to go to my first layer and then begin animation. Okay, now let's go back to our previous frames and make the character blink one more time before it trips and fall to make the animation more cool. Okay, let's go back to frame 3 and make the character blink. Okay, so I'll just erase this out. Then, okay, then fill this back. Okay, and I'll zoom out. Then if I go to my first frame and I hit the play button, now you can see how cool the animation looks now. It's really funny when it trips and falls. And that's it. Hope you had a wonderful time learning the basics of making 2D animations. Hit the subscribe button. Remember to turn on the notification bell so you get notified each time I upload videos like this. Thanks for your time. I'm Raptor Jane.